talking about the eclipse, and he turned into a digital person. There is something big time going on. This solar eclipse thing is not going away. Okay, it is not going away anytime soon whatsoever. No. When I typed in the solar eclipse for Indiana, I didn't even have to do my own state. Talk in the solar eclipse for Indiana. I didn't do it. It pulled Indiana up. The Hoosiers, they call Indiana Hoosiers, prepare for the solar eclipse. They're going to get hundreds of thousands of people flooding into Indiana. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. And the Indiana State Police said all hands on deck. Every single state trooper is, all their vacation plans, everything is canceled because of the solar eclipse. They have stopped all construction on that day in Indiana. And I was watching the local news. I don't even know what. See, this is what was happening. Good morning. I think I looked into this, the Herald Times. That wasn't the news reporter, but I went into this thing, what you need to know about the solar eclipse. And this guy turned digital. He turned digital on me at the very end of the video. See, this is really interesting because the buildings are fine. Now, granted, they got green screens and stuff, but why? Why do some people have to turn digital? There is something big time going on. This is becoming more and more apparent, and I'm thinking about aliens amongst us. Them people, they may not be real humans, and I'm just being honest. This is the solar eclipse. And I'm watching that, and at the end is when he just turns. And I take a screenshot really fast. I'm going to see if we can listen to it. Of course, I don't like I don't know. No, this is something is not, it doesn't feel right. The whole entire state police. Make sure you have your headlights on. Will your cell phones work? Yeah, but don't do no live streaming. You better be texting with there's going to be a strain on the internet. And they said, will the GPS work? Well, it probably should work, but you better have printable maps ahead of time. Get your physical maps ahead of time is what they said. You need your maps. Print out your maps ahead of time for the solar eclipse. He's got it. No. This is weird. It's so weird. Let's see if we can watch him again. I'm going to see if we can watch him. Because he was talking, and I wanted to hear what he had to say. What you need to know. You know how they did the 3 things you need to know. You know how they started that? It was years ago. 3 things you need to know. What you need to know. So 3 things you need to know about the eclipse. Oh, no, this is what you need to know about the solar eclipse in the state of Indiana. Because Indianapolis is expecting 100,000 or more people. And then when you wait to the last minute, they said, if you wait to the last minute to get on the road, you're going to be part of the problem, the police officer said. You're going to be part of the problem. You're going to cause a traffic jam. Okay, let me get this off of here. I'm going to see if we can get it. You can see it right there. Nibiru is crossing. Thoth the Asterian. Now that makes a lot of sense. It truly does make a lot of sense. Okay, if it's crossing. Thank you. Hello there, Plug Ugly. So let's see. I know it's probably going to do a commercial or something first. They're doing their little.
Said we need to screen for colon cancer.
Was that after I texted the H to screen?
Oh, well, now they're set.
Because I said.
Well, I'm not going to say what they said. Okay, I'm not. Even though it's like, I'm not going to say what they said.
Coolagar.
Even when I put this on whatever. Okay, the guy turned digital. I have to mute this because the guy turned digital and they got an advertisement on right now. And I'm not going to talk about the advertisement because that will jump the subject on here. And we need to focus on why this is big. And they're telling people you better have a physical map in your hand. You just better get yourself prepared. You got to get ready. Okay, he's coming on here. I got to turn on the volume.
Prime viewing spot.
It sure is. Hundreds of thousands of visitors are expected. WRTV's Todd Simmons shows us how INDOT and state police are getting ready for an astronomical amount of traffic.
Going to remember where you were when the sky goes dark on April 8th. Decide to drive for a better view of it.
Right.
Those memories might include something else.
There are going to be a lot of people, and that means
large amounts of traffic.
It's a statewide warning from both INDOT and Indiana State Police, both of which have spent months preparing their plans for the phenomenon. INDOT is clearing the roads for tourists by giving their construction workers a day off.
Wait a minute. Did you see the sign? The sign said Shade Land. Shade Land was the street sign. See if we can get to, there it is. Shade Land Avenue. Street sign. Exit 89. Why would they put, what? You could tip over. You could tip over. If there's an earthquake, you could tip over. Shade Land. This is not, oh my gosh, this is really, really wild. Your speed thing, I can't see your speed. Shade Land and the number 89 and 1/4 a mile. You got a thing of a truck tipping over. Okay, you all got really good eyes. You got real good eyes. It's great.
Statewide warning from both INDOT and Indiana State Police, both of which have spent
64.
months.
64, 63, 62. They spent months. Gina, quit talking and let us hear. Okay.
Preparing their plans for the phenomenon. INDOT is clearing the roads for tourists by giving their construction workers a day off.
we decided that there will be no construction that day in our East Central District. So we're going to remove our crews from that road.
Indiana State Police is doing the exact opposite.
For ISP, it's all hands on deck. We've canceled all days off, and every trooper in the state will be working on April 8th.
This could become a chaotic day to drive, and not just because of...
It could become chaotic. Chaotic to drive.
the instant darkness. If tens of...
Instant darkness. We got to pay attention to the signs here, you all. The guy turned digital, but I didn't really pay attention to all of this right here. Can you hear me? We're gonna listen to it. That's still me.
Thousands of people are traveling at the same time for the same reason. INDOT and ISP say that's the recipe for molasses slow traffic. And you'll get caught in it too if you take your time.
I think there's an element of selfishness that people think, hey, I'm going to leave when I want to leave at the point where I want to get there.
If you try that on April 8th.
If you try that on April 8th, let's look at these signs. Okay.
You're the reason why state police has everybody on the clock that day.
They're going to be running late, which may lead to aggressive driving, which could lead to a crash.
Instead of approaching the eclipse like a laid-back drive, think of it
Like a football game, you're not leaving at the fourth quarter, you're staying till the game is done. And making sure you stay a little bit in the parking lot.
because the interstates themselves might become the parking lots after 3:07 p.m.
The interstates might become the parking lot. That's why you don't want to wait to the last minute to get your plan ready, because you're going to be stuck on the parking lot. You're going to be stuck. The highways are going to be impassable. Let me do this.
Tosh Simmons, WRTV.
And if you happen to be driving when we are in total darkness, officials urge drivers to not pull over on the shoulder of a highway. And make sure you turn those headlights on before the sky gets dark.
Oh, you see. No. That is the second time I've watched that. He should not have digitalized himself at the end like that, you all. There is something not human about that guy. Oh my gosh. No. Mm-mm. Well, here, I'm gonna tell you what happened. I looked at it downstairs. I can see, okay, Gina, you had a mixed radio signal at the time down there, and you came up here and you're watching it at another time. Hello there in the Hajj, in the Netherlands. No, let's see if he can go digital again. Because y'all, please give this video a thumbs up. He may not be human. They may be right now. They may be preparing people all around the whole United States to make a disclosure about some type of alien race here. Let's try. You think that we should try it to see? Because it's going to they say it's a natural phenomenon. You're going to experience the darkness. You're at the signpost that says Shade Land. Shade Land. Oh, you're so very welcome. We want to see. You got to get your glasses on.
Remember when I said we need to screen for colon cancer?
Was that after I texted the
Okay, we don't need to hear about that, but I want to see what happens. I want to talk about these things right here, you all. Let's see what's happening. I don't like these commercials. He went digital 2 times in a row. He must not be human. And does he got cloaking technology on him? Maybe they can't hold their whatever. They were talking about the eclipse, a day of chaos. Okay.
By glasses for the solar eclipse. Now, the American Astronomical Society says that some sellers are making misleading claims about their products. WRTV Investigates Kara Kinney spoke with them and joins us now with how you can protect your wallet and your eyes. To safely view the entire eclipse, you need special glasses like these. But even if they're stamped with a seal, doesn't
Remember that movie, Them? Remember how they had to have special glasses? They had to put on the special glasses. They had to put the special glasses on their eyes in order to see the people who were not human. They live. Yeah, they live. They had to have the special glasses. What if everybody who puts these on, this is weird. This is really weird. Even though, you don't want to look at the sun without proper glasses, but we'll listen to them.
necessarily mean they're safe. Deals on eclipse glasses are popping up on social media, Amazon, eBay, you name it. The American Astronomical Society says some sellers are making misleading claims and providing bogus documentation of their safety.
Trying to make a fast buck off of this celestial event. And they are, they're saying things like, our glasses are approved by NASA, but NASA doesn't approve glasses. They're misrepresenting them, or they're making them in China and printing the names of American manufacturers on them.
The glasses need to comply with the International Organization for Standardization requirement, ISO 12312-2. However, some sellers are faking this. What is the concern there?
You can actually suffer retinal injury. You might end up with temporary blind spots. You might end up with permanent blindness. This is not good. You want to protect your eyes.
The best way to protect yourself is to buy glasses through a list of vendors on the AAS website. This assures you the glasses have been tested and meet all the requirements.
We don't want anybody to get hurt, so that's why we maintain this list of vendors whose products we know for sure are safe.
If you already bought glasses, AAS says try them on, and you should not be able to see anything except the sun itself or a bright light. Everything else should be really dim if they're working correctly. Legit glasses cost around $2 or $3, but as we get closer to the event, the price will go up, so you can't even use price as a red flag. If you believe you bought bogus glasses, you can contact the seller for a refund. Kara Kenny, WR.
Wait, let's see what they said.
Or a bright light. Everything else should be really dim if they're working correctly.
So that's why we maintain this list of vendors whose products we know for sure are safe.
If you already bought glasses, AAS says try them on, and you should not be able to see anything except the sun itself or a bright light. Everything else should be.
They want you to only see a certain thing. You should only be able to see the sun and or a bright light. They don't want people watching. If there truly is something to see up there in the sky, they want you to wear those special glasses so you don't see what else is up there in the sky with the sun. And you know the devil comet is coming. The devil is coming. The devil's coming. You're only going to see certain things with those glasses. But you just tuning in. The guy turned digital talking about the solar eclipse. I don't really, I don't know if he's human. I don't, because that's the second time. I'm trying to go back on here and this thing will not let me even go backwards on my computer. This is the guy that turned digital. That's 2 times I saw him turn digital talking about the solar eclipse. He immediately turned digital. He may not be human. He may not. The rapture must occur before the sacrifice in Israel. That's right. So look at this. He's not human. I really don't think he's human. And I'm not watching it either. I probably wouldn't see it. You don't want to be outside because the Native Americans, they have things. You don't want to go out there. There's bad energy out there. I'm going to see if I can get back over to it. And I'm going to see if we can watch that video again. We're going to see if this guy turns digital again with the solar eclipse. You have to have special glasses like in the movie. Was it They Live? They Live. They want you to know that they live. They live. They live. They want you to know that they live. And they had to have the special glasses. See, look at this. See, this is what they look like, but they had to have their special glasses. See, what if you all, now let's think about this. What if they don't want us to see the people, they may tell you they look like this, like skeletons, but in all actuality, they look like this. They look like that in all actuality. And they don't look like that. But then with the solar eclipse, you've got to wear your glasses. We're supposed to see if he's going to, we're going to see that it's Indiana State Police. Every single state trooper has had their vacations canceled, no days off. Every state trooper will be on the road and the construction will halt. And the solar eclipse, and they said to print off your map. If you're traveling, you better print your map off because your GPS might not work. They said there's no indication that the GPS won't work. There's no indication that you won't be able to make a phone call, but you need to reserve that space on the whatever, the traffic for the emergency calls and stuff like that is over 100,000. That's just in Indianapolis. Indiana's going to get a lot of people. All the states along there, you are, and it's along the New Madrid time, right there. It's right along this area here. It is. And the shade land, you're going to watch this video, and I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk through it, so you can watch it without me opening my mouth and interrupting. But one thing you need to look for is when they start talking and they show the traffic, listen, and then you see the sign, shade land. Shade land. And you see the semi sign. The semi is like tilted. You're going around the curve, you could tip over. So I'm gonna mute it right now because I know what the advertisement is at the beginning. We're gonna go over there and see if he turns into a shapeshifter again, because I shouldn't get it that many times in a row. What you need to know about the total solar eclipse in Indiana. So the state trooper tells us, well, great, you pop your map up on here. I'm going to try to, I don't even know which ones to click. I don't. I'm just going to do that. And we're not going to watch it because it's not going to have a good advertisement. It has all the strange advertisements. You just tuning in, welcome. I got up around 6 o'clock. I had strange dreams last night. I saw myself in the dream, seeing things in my dream. When they're gone, I'm coming on here. I'm going to come on here now. Got to wait for this thing to move. Okay.
April 8th is when the total solar eclipse is happening in Indiana. It's a prime viewing spot.
It sure is. Hundreds of thousands of visitors are expected. WRTV's Todd Simmons shows us how INDOT and state police are getting ready for an astronomical amount of traffic.
Going to remember where you were when the sky goes dark on April 8th. If you decide to drive for a better view of it, those memories might include something else.
This is not even wanting to do it right. Okay, you all, let's look at this. So here he is. Let's see if he's real. They got it. Total solar eclipse. Solar eclipse. It's black. Total blackness. Blackness with a ring around it. You'll pass on the special glasses. I think it's a trick too, Vader mask. There's no, you know what? If they can have something happen to the people who put the glasses on, some kind of reaction gets straight into their eyes and then into their brains or something, trick their minds or do something, change them. It'd be like a solar flash. You know how you can get hypnotized and stuff? Yeah, there's something to it. Okay, let's see what they're going to say. We want to see what they're going to say because we're talking about the astronomical amount of... They're going to have an astronomical amount of traffic in Indiana on I-65 going northbound, southbound, you name it. The expressways and the byways. Let's look at it. And listen, I'm not going to interrupt it.
Visitors are expected. WRTV's Todd Simmons shows us how INDOT and state police are getting ready for an astronomical amount of traffic.
Going to remember where you were when the sky goes dark on April 8th. If you decide to drive for a better view of it, those memories might include something else.
There are going to be a lot of people, and that means
large amounts of traffic.
It's a statewide warning from both INDOT and Indiana State Police, both of which have spent months preparing their plans for the phenomenon. INDOT is clearing the roads for tourists by giving their construction workers a day off.
we decided that there will be no construction that day in our East Central district. So we're going to remove our crews from that road.
Indiana State Police is doing the exact opposite.
For ISP, it's all hands on deck. We've canceled all days off, and every trooper in the state will be working on April 8th.
This could become a chaotic day to drive, and not just because of the instant darkness. If tens of thousands of people are traveling at the same time for the same reason, INDOT and ISP say that's the recipe for molasses slow traffic. And you'll get caught in it too if you take your time.
I think there's an element of selfishness that people think, hey, I'm going to leave when I want to leave at the point where I want to get there.
If you try that on April 8th, you're the reason why state police has everybody on the clock that day.
They're going to be running late, which may lead to aggressive driving, which could lead to a crash.
Instead of approaching the eclipse like a laid-back drive, think of it
Like a football game, you're not leaving at the fourth quarter, you're staying till the game is done. And making sure you stay a little bit in the parking lot.
because the interstates themselves might become the parking lots after 3:07 p.m. Taj Simmons, WRTV.
And if you happen to be driving when we are in total darkness, officials urge drivers to not pull over on the shoulder of a highway and make sure you turn those headlights on before the sky gets dark.
Ah, look at that, you all. He's an alien. He's an alien. There's something going on. For approximately 4 minutes, cities and towns across the path of totality will experience a total solar eclipse, which has not happened in Indiana since 1869. 1869, mind you. Invert that man. I can invert that man. We can invert him with, let me see. And I can only invert his digitalness by pulling up the one thing, because this is wild. That's 3 times in a row. He did not stay to his true form. If it was like satellite interference, it wouldn't be at every single time. That's 3 times in a row. There's something going on. It's the end of the world as we know it. That's how they see it. The end of the world, the total solar eclipse. Right up here, you can see it's it's where the New Madrid is at. It is a there's something going on. There's something happening here. Trying to see if I can even get that picture of that guy. I got the picture of him. We're going to bring him over. We're bringing him over to here and see what we can find out with him to put him in the inverted mode, see what he's going to look like. Okay, this is the different filters. He looks kind of whatever, like that. This is the chrome key. Get this down, Gina. This is him in the inverted mode. He's showing up pixelated, solid. He is solid in the emboss mode. Totally solid. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be going down to the inverted. There he is in the inverted mode. This is him in the inverted mode. Right there. This is him in the magic pen. This is his, that's him too. This is him mirrored. How come, he's a reptilian. He's a reptilian. Look at his mouth. This is strange because why would he? It literally, it brought his face back into view. He goes from this to the mirrored part. Down here we go to mirrored. This is him. Well, I guess it's part of his hair. I think it was a cube or something on top of him. We've got to see if somebody else can get mirrored. See if I can mirror somebody else on here. I got to have another human to mirror in order to see. I may look like that too, so I can't just jump the gun. I got to get my face on here. I've got to get a good one with my face. I'm going to mirror my face and see what my face is going to look like, okay? Let me get a picture of me. Let me see it. Okay, I'm going to see if I can mirror my face, okay? I want to come to the cropping and I want to see what I'm going to look like in the enhance, the emboss mode. In the emboss mode, this is me right here. This is me in the inverted mode. You can see it right there. The grayscale. This is the regular inverted mode. I want to be mirrored. What am I going to look like if I get mirrored? Okay, this is what I look like if I get mirrored. I look like that because my head is forward. I've got a big head because I'm leaning forward, my arms. What if this is my original shape right here? That would be weird. If I was to stand up, Wow, that's really interesting. We're not we're not supposed to be Oh my God. Let me put the guy in the original. Okay, this is him in the inverted mode right there. Yes, good morning. But this guy, this is him. We're going to put him in the mirrored image. This is what he looks like. They literally, how can they put his face back together? You got to ask yourself, how can his face be put back together to where everything is proportionate? Because right here, he's kind of messed up right here, but they put him back together. They put him totally back together. But we're talking about the eclipse. I mean, he could be a good guy. I don't know who he is. Zoom in right here. Yeah, their holograms to cover them up isn't working anymore. Yeah, he does look like a reptilian, Linda, honey. I'm just going to agree with you. And there was a woman I spoke to at the post office last year, at the end of the year. She's met 2 of them in Indiana. They shape-shifted on her. Here's his shoulders. It's just his articles of clothing. They are everywhere. Yes, it's like they live. They live. And I don't got room to talk because when I'm on here, I look different too. I just want to see if I'm going to look different, if I'm going to have that same figure, same thing, if I'm not leaning forward, if I got a picture of me just setting still without leaning. I'm going to try another one. See what I look like. I'm going to lean forward. I got to do myself too. I got to do it. Okay, I'm going to see how I'm going to look right there. I'm in the emboss mode right there. I'm the grayscale negative. This is the regular negative. I want the mirror image. Oh, no, see, this gives me 2 heads. I've got 2 heads in that. There's no way, and I got 3 eyes, my 3rd eye. There's no way that man should not have had, his face was complete. That's me in that one right there. But the man is different. It should have made double of his head. It should have made double of his head. 2 heads better than 1, yes. So I have 1 head. It turned me into 2 heads, but that's not the case with him. It literally made him, he's got 1 head. 1 head. And when we mirror him, you're going to see it. We're going to come over to the mirror tab. It already shows you what he looks like. He should have had 2 heads. Nope, he don't got 2 heads. He don't have 2 heads, but you notice what they did to the buildings? They mirrored the buildings, but not him. Oh, that brought him into his true form right there. Right there. See, look. Watch it. It replicates this side. and brings it over on that side. Let's watch what happens. But he gets his, and he keeps his shoulders. He keeps his shoulders. He keeps his neck. He keeps it all. Yes, he keeps it all. Good morning. You just tuning in. Gina, is this about the solar? Yes, it's about the solar eclipse. We watched him 3 times, and he shape shifted at the end. He turned into that. And now he has one solid head when he is his mirrored image. It's like when you look at your face in the mirror, as water reflects the face, so a man's heart reflects the man. If you are looking in the mirror, and I had 2 heads. I had 2 heads in it. And then I had a big head because I was leaning forward, but he should have had 2 heads. He should have had 2 heads, you all. This is wild. You just tuning in. Did you want to see him? We can play that video again, and you can see him. You going to get your heart ready with the name, get God in your heart, get love in your heart, repent, and get yourself right with God. Get yourself right with God. Right there. With a higher power. There's a higher power out there, higher than this power right here. There's a higher power. You're going to have to get yourself right. I'm going to try one more image of if I can find one more image of me or somebody on here that I can see if their head's going to do that. I really should have used another pixelated image of somebody, but I didn't. I don't got one on here. Okay, I'm going to try another one of myself again. I got another one of myself. I'm going to try one more of myself because I can do it. Where I'm just sitting at maybe my desk or something. I have to go slow because it's tricky. The screen is small. Okay, I got one more I'm going to try. And there's nothing to me. There's nothing to me at all. I'm going to do this one right here and see if I mirror myself. Am I going to have 2 heads in this? I'm good in the emboss. I'm good in that. I'm good in that. I'm good in the negative. I'm going to the mirror. I'm going to mirror myself. I got 2 heads. 2 heads, and I don't have one whole complete Gina. I got a 3rd eye. That's what he should have looked like. He should have at least had 2 heads and 2 mouths, but he don't. He don't. And I do. I got 2 heads. I'm going to cancel it, and we're going to look at him one more time, you all. This is him. This is him right now. Right now. Okay, I about ran this to the ground, but that's okay. You're going to look. We're mirroring his image, and he's not done nothing to me, and he's not done nothing to you, but he should not have his eyes and his face come into one complete thing as we hit the mirror image. You can see it's right there. It's the mirror image of him. There he is, right there. Right there. They fixed his eyes. He is in proportion. Yeah, he don't have 2 heads. Got 1 head and his full shape. Nothing changed. Everything was in proportionate. He turned into a regular looking person minus the pixels or whatever he's got. It's like that. Just like that. This is him like this. Oh, Tina, the zombie apocalypse. It could be happening. You don't want to get out on the road. You don't want to be trapped, and you don't know who might turn into a zombie. As long as that mouth isn't a double decker, I'm good. um, no, y'all, this is the guy, and this is his complete image right here. You can watch it one more time, y'all. This is a solar eclipse. The state police everybody is on call. Totally. They are. Yeah. He's pure light fire. That you shouldn't have a glitch that occurs at the very end. And he got his real face. They put him he made him asymmetrical. Asymmetrical. You want the link? Now I'm going to tell you right now, you want the link. I'm going to tell you right now that I cannot copy and paste the link into a live stream from my cell phone. I don't have that luxury as I do, say, from my big computer. I don't. But you can, if this will let me go back. Oh, no, it's not going to let me go back. You can type this in. WRTV. What you need to know, just do WRTV Indiana. What you need to know about the 2024 total solar eclipse in Indiana. And it's going to pull this up on here. It's going to pull it up. You're going to see it. You're going to watch it one more time. And we got the solar eclipse coming. Indiana is going to be packed. You got shade land coming. You're going to watch it one more time. What you need to know in the state of Indiana. WRTV, Indianapolis, Indiana. Shalom, Star Seed Chili. We're going to try 4. We like the number 4. We're going to look at it 4 times in a row and see if he turns into that. And what you want to look for in here is shade land is the sign. They want you to know that you're going to be on shade land. And all state police are on call. All the vacation is canceled that day. The road construction is done. The people are supposed to have a map, a physical map in your hand if you have traveled to the state of Indiana, because the GPS may not work. Okay, I'm getting ready. I'm going to flip it. I'm getting ready to flip this over here so you can watch the thing. Okay.
Is happening in Indiana. It's a prime viewing spot.
It sure is. Hundreds of thousands of visitors are expected. WRTV's Touch Simmons shows us how INDOT and state police are getting ready for an astronomical amount of traffic.
Going to remember where you were when the sky goes dark on April 8th. Decide to drive for a better view of it. Those memories might include something else.
There are going to be a lot of people, and that means
large amounts of traffic.
It's a statewide warning from both INDOT and Indiana State Police, both of which have spent months preparing their plans for the phenomenon. INDOT is clearing the roads for tourists by giving their construction workers a day off.
we decided that there will be no construction that day in our East Central District. So we're going to remove our crews from that road.
Indiana State Police is doing the exact opposite.
For ISP, it's all hands on deck. We've canceled all days off, and every trooper in the state will be working on April 8th.
This could become a chaotic day to drive, and not just because of the instant darkness. If tens of thousands of people are traveling at the same time for the same reason, INDOT and ISP say that's the recipe for molasses slow traffic. And you'll get caught in it too if you take your time.
I think there's an element of selfishness that people think, hey, I'm going to leave when I want to leave at the point where I want to get there.
If you try that on April 8th, you're the reason why state police has everybody on the clock that day.
They're going to be running late, which may lead to aggressive driving, which could lead to a crash.
Instead of approaching the eclipse like a laid-back drive, think of it
like a football game. You're not leaving at the fourth quarter. You're staying till the game is done, and making sure you stay a little bit in the parking lot.
Because the interstates themselves might become the parking lots after 3:07 p.m. Taj Simmons, WRTV.
And if you happen to be driving when we are in total darkness, officials urge drivers to not pull over on the shoulder of a highway and make sure you turn those headlights on before the sky gets dark.
That's right, the tree budding. When you see the tree budding, I noticed that too. That is in biblical prophecy. Something about the fig leaves and stuff like that, or something, that the end is near, or something like that. Yeah. So, oh my goodness. my, I, I got a third eye. Let's see if this lady does the same thing. We're going to see if she's going to be a shapeshifter too, because there's one more. And I want to see if she'll do it. We got to try the lady now. Let's see her. She,
You can find out where your refund is.
The IRS Where's My Refund tool used to provide
okay, well, we're not to do that. Oh, where's your refund thing? You're not going to get you got an updated thing, y'all. I'm done with that, y'all. We got a total solar eclipse, and this guy in the mirrored mode, he took on his original shape. He did not have two heads, even though he's pixelated, and you can see his eyes. When he is in the mirrored shape, his whole body comes asymmetrical. He's got a thick neck, is what he's got. And, oh shoot, I left him in the thick neck. And I'm going to put myself in the mirrored mode, just so you can see. I'm going to mirror myself too. And I'm going to have, this is what I'm going to look like. I'm going to have my third eye, but I've got two mouths and I got three eyes. That guy only had two eyes and one mouth. Two eyes and one mouth is what he had. So this is, it's different. We got a solar eclipse. You better get ready. You got to get ready, you all. I wasn't going to get on here this morning, but I can't. I'm going to tell you again, if whatever I'm doing, if I am sitting there looking on my laptop and something I see right away, I literally will come up here and I will do a video on it. If I see something, if I hear something, I literally stop everything I do and I'm going to come on here and I'm going to share it. That's how I'm going to do it. That's how I do it. You shook me with that picture of you. You must see Jonathan Kleck. Which one, Becky, honey? The picture of me, which one you talking about? I don't even know who Jonathan Kleck is. That's right, Becky. Yeah, going to be led by the Spirit and not by nobody else. Nobody else. Yeah, I don't know who Jonathan Kleck is. Yeah. So I'm going to go. The solar eclipse is coming. Oh, the double picture. Yeah. The solar eclipse is coming, and he's good. Their Indiana State Police has every trooper on file. They said your solar cell phones might work, they might not work, something like that. Have a printed map. The roads could become a parking lot. But the solar eclipse is literally supposed to go down through the towns of Nineveh or even Salem and stuff. Its X marks the spot. And it just so happens to look like the future map. 100% correct. People were selfish. Yeah, I did. They want to leave and arrive when they want to leave and arrive. Ooh. That could have, there's codes and everything. And everything. Yeah. I don't know what this thing is about a Jonathan Kleck, because I don't know who it is, and I wouldn't even know what you're referring to. I wouldn't. You might get a call from Walmart staying to stay home. Yeah, he said this is a serious from God. Oh, don't see. Who is a Jonathan Kleck? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you talking about the guy who he has a suit on when he talks? I heard him 1 or 2 times, and they shadow banned him. Is that the guy you're talking about? And he had a message from God. That's the one you're talking about? Um, he's got dark hair and a mustache. Um, yeah, I think that's who you're talking about. I saw or listened to one thing he had to say one time. I type it in one time really fast. Just know, I want you to know, I don't listen to a lot of people at all. I don't. I keep to myself. No, I wouldn't even know who it is. I'm not gonna look on here because there's so many Jonathan Klecks. But I'm gonna go, you all. The Solar Eclipse, the newscaster, he was pixelated 4 times in a row, right here. 4 times in a row he turned, and when we mirrored his image, he had an asymmetrical image. There was no double mouth, no double nothing. They rearranged him. We went into his own self. I'm going to go. Y'all, please give this video a thumbs up. A thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you for coming on here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, moderators. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you once again. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. It's now 8:34. It's perfect. Yeah, it's just wild. It's wild. 4 times in a row. And no, it wasn't the satellites doing that every single time. Yeah. Love you.